A girl and her boyfriend were driving a night down an isolated country road. As they drove, the skies seemed to get darker and darker. Eventually, they had lost their way and found themselves driving through a densely wooded area that neither of them recognized. Suddenly, the car started sputtering and eventually stalled. The boyfriend looked at the gauge and realized they had run out of gas. No matter how many times he turned the key, the engine would not start. The girlfriend began to panic because it was after midnight and they were stuck in the middle of nowhere and couldn't get home. The boyfriend got out of his car to look around. They were in a secluded and wooded area. All he could do was see the trees, and there seemed to be no houses for miles around. They were completely alone. The girlfriend was spooked and kept asking the boy to do something. He told her he would have to walk back to the main highway and get help. The boyfriend could see his fiancée was scared, and so he told her not to worry. He would return as fast as he could, but the girl could see the concern in his face. Kissing her goodbye, he told her to roll up the windows and lock the doors. Then he set out walking down the road. The girl watched as her boyfriend got further and further away and finally disappeared into the darkness. Hours passed and the girl was shivering in the car, fearful of every shadow she saw and every noise she had heard. She began to feel like her boyfriend was never coming back. Suddenly she heard loud tapping noise on the roof of the car. She began to panic, but she was too terrified to get out and investigate, so she tried to peer out for the windows, but it was too dark to see anything. The tapping noise seemed to go on and on. The girl was scared to death, but there was nothing she could do. She was forced to remain huddled in the car all night long, listening to the weird tapping sound. Eventually, she managed to fall asleep. When she woke up and looked at her watch, it was 9 a.m., but when she tried to look out the car windows, everything was completely black. She couldn't understand what was going on. Suddenly, she heard a car pulled up nearby and honk its horn 3 times. Then she heard a voice shouting, "This is the police! Is anyone in the car?" The girlfriend sighed with relief. "Just me," she cried. "My boyfriend left me alone and never came back." "Okay, stay calm," said the policeman. "Listen to me very carefully. Open the door, get out of the car, and walk towards me. Whatever you do, don't look behind you." The girl obeyed the policeman's orders, even though her hands were shaking and her mind was racing. She opened the car and stepped out. "Now walk towards me," said the policeman, "and don't look behind you." The girl began walking slowly towards the policeman, but suddenly she stopped in her tracks. "Don't look behind you," the policeman shouted. But it was too late. The girlfriend couldn't help herself and turned around and began screaming in horror. Her boyfriend's dead body was hanging upside down from a tree branch over the car. His head had been chopped off and blood was dripping down from his neck, completely covering the car windows.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.